Hello, everyone. Welcome to William in the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have John. John is from England in the UK. So let's see what John has to say. Enjoy the interview. Hello, John. How are you?
Hello. I'm very good, thank you. How about yourself?
Very good. Thanks so
Good.
much for taking the time today for the interview. Thank you.
That's all right. Thank you for inviting me.
So, Tom, how's your Saturday going so far?
It's going okay. It's slow Saturday. Saturdays are usually for my daughter. We usually spend like the mornings and afternoons together,
Uh-huh.
just having time to connect and just seeing how our week's going and things like that. But she's on her first school trip today, going
Hey.
to Rome. So
Wow,
so yeah, she's going to school. So it's an exciting day for her.
amazing.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's going all right.
And the first time she's gonna do a travel on her own?
On her own, yes. We went to France together last year in the summer, so that was her first time on a plane. So
Oh my
she,
God,
she knows what to
amazing.
expect now. So yeah,
So
yeah.
what's the biggest joy of being a dad?
Um, Guidance, I think. You know,
Uh-huh.
yeah, just being able to just to give her that guidance at the times that they feel they're struggling. You know, especially as teenagers, they feel like the world is ending with some of their issues that they deal with. But so just kind of bringing them back down and helping them through it.
And so far, what has been the most meaningful lesson you've learned from her?
Um, Patience.
All the
You
time.
got to have patience with kids for
All the
sure. Um, it can be frustrating sometimes when you know what's right for them and you're trying to guide them, but they still have to learn their own lessons and make their own mistakes. So you got to be patient for them times and just let them grow naturally. So
Totally. I think
yeah,
some of the lessons we just learn going through it. You know what I
that's
mean?
it. Yeah,
You
yeah.
could write like some papers, could put some notes, but it doesn't work like that. They
That's
need
it. They say you've got to touch the fire to be burnt. Just to learn that
to
feeling and how to deal with it. So yeah.
tell me where you're from, John.
I'm from Felton, just out of southwest London.
Okay.
Um, Been here pretty much all my life. Um, Moved out the area now and again.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, Feltham is where I'm based at the moment.
So tell me something interesting about Felton. Tell me something that stands out compared to other places in the UK.
Um, I mean, so do you know the band Queen?
Yes, of
Yes.
course. Oh,
So Freddie Mercury once lived in Feltham. They actually have like a little memorial place for him in the high street, which is quite cool. Bit of
amazing.
history there. Um, yeah, I
Wow.
mean, it's got good links, Feltham. It's got good links to London and surrounding areas. So yeah, it's
Oh,
quite a nice
wow.
area.
And how far is from London?
Not long, maybe 45 minutes on the tube on the train.
Oh, okay,
So
it's very close.
yeah, quite close to the city.
I
Uh,
see.
yeah, yeah, it's nice.
Right, so let's start the interview talking about your career as a online fitness coach. So tell
Okay.
me how you started.
Um, so it was quite a few years ago. I mean, the journey started for me probably when I was changing my life, going through troubled times, just figuring out who I am and what I'm doing with life. And strength training really helped me focus on myself and go through that phase of my life.
Okay,
So um, probably after that, I started to really think about my purpose in life and what I wanted to do. And the
mhm,
journey that I lived through, I kind of wanted to help other people achieve that through strength training and just learning new habits of life. Um, as we get older, we kind of get set in our ways. We're set in one job. We go to job, we go to work, and we kind of forget about ourselves and how to look after ourselves. So helping people do that kind of gave me a bit of a purpose.
I
So
see.
so yeah, I think that's where that come from.
And do you do one-to-one or just online
So yeah,
class?
back to doing one to one now. I was doing one to one for about 3 years, just over 3 years,
I
um,
see.
and then stepped away. Took some time for myself.
Okay.
Um, when you're constantly working in a business, it can be overwhelming. You're constantly taking on responsibilities from other people and helping them with their habits and their routine. You
Totally.
kind of you lose yourself a little bit sometimes. So it was kind of just a good step back, reassess what was working, what was not, So I can be a better coach. You know, I can be better available for people who need the guidance.
Totally.
If we haven't got ourselves at a good level, then it's hard to help others. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
And most of your clients, they are females or males or a mix of it?
It's a mix. Yes, it's definitely a mix. And from varying from different ages. So like I've trained people like my daughter, she's 16 nearly, so training with her in the gym and just getting to understand how she's working. And the other end of the spectrum is 87. You know, I've had clients of 87 years old, and
Amazing.
understanding their goals and what it means to them to be in the gym and just be able to carry on being independent in life. You know, it's very different goals. You got people in their 20s that want to be strong and do all these crazy exercises and build real big strength, and then the other end of the spectrum, you've got people that are just happy just to maintain some kind of fitness routine and be independent in life. You know, which is the ultimate goal. You know, it's I believe so. So
It's
yes,
very
yeah, very.
it's very inspiring to know that elderly people, they are also doing some classes and have to.
Yeah, I mean, this lady, she was coming twice a week. Nothing strenuous, you know, but just enough just to be able to get out of her chair by herself, have a strong enough grip to grip on to opening cupboards and things like that. You know, I think we don't think about that at this age
Totally.
so much. So when you're training with someone like that, it is inspiring. It's just like kind of gives you a whole different perspective of what's important. So
Wow,
yeah,
it's interesting you saying that because the gym where I go as well, there is an elderly man.
yes,
I'm not sure his age, but maybe he's my, I don't know, late 60 or beginning of 70s. I'm not sure,
yeah,
but he's always there. He's doing his
yeah,
workout, he's doing his sessions, and I go like, my God, how amazing to see. So because I go very early, I'm early
yeah,
bird, very early in
yeah.
the gym, and I see him doing his workout and his sessions. And I found like, my God, I just want to see myself doing the same as well.
That's
It's
it.
great.
Yeah, it's just inspiring. You know, if I can still go 3 times a week to maintain my fitness, it is
Yeah.
inspiring. Yes.
And he's so focused. Literally, he doesn't even have a music. He's there. He jumps there, jumps there, do the things. You know what I mean? It's just
Yeah,
very
yeah.
off to see.
Nice.
Yeah, amazing. Okay, John. So during the interview, I'm going to explore a bit more about your life and also about your journey. Okay.
Okay, okay.
But before we start our journey within the Magic Box, I'd like you to tell me something interesting about yourself, or maybe something that not many people know about you.
Um, Probably the amount of time I spend by myself. Like I spend a lot of time by myself, and I love solving problems.
Hmm.
Like I think it works well with the fitness space and the online coaching. There's many avenues that you can take from a person and their journey, from where they start, that just their first couple of steps, to where they're
Okay.
going to go in a few months and in a year's time. You know, it's like, um, so yeah, problem solving. Um,
Why do you think you like to spend a lot of time on your own? Because you love your company? Why is that?
um, yeah, business related. I think that when you find a purpose, you wake up and you enjoy doing it. You know, you like it doesn't feel like work. Yes, there's some stress to it, but some stress is good stress.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I enjoy it. It's like a forward process, you know. Like there's always progress to be made. Like you have a
Totally.
starting point, or you hit a plateau. You know, like in strength training, so you kind of assess different techniques and stuff to keep moving forward. So it's always got like a forward motion with it. There's always progressions there. So yeah.
Yes, I love spending time of my own as well. I think that's why I ask you, because it's such an amazing for you to be able to, to enjoy your own company and
And yeah, and being creative as well. Like
yeah,
I love being creative and
yeah,
like brainstorming and things like that. Like you can really connect your thoughts and just let them flow and keep going with them. Whereas if you're always with other people in crowds, you're very influenced by other people. You know,
yeah,
so someone could have an idea which you might think that you want to do, but in reality, you've just been influenced. You know, and when you sit down by yourself and you really have deeper thoughts, you kind
yeah.
of create what you want to create. You know, and that is building a happy, purpose life. I think it's a big part of that.
That's a big character. I don't know if you believe in astrology. However, that's a big characteristic of Scorpios. I don't know your star sign.
Okay, I'm a Libra, but yeah,
Right, I'm Scorpio. In Scorpio, they love being on their own, that we have this tendency of spend some time
Yeah.
alone. I always had that since
I
young
think
age.
it's important for a lot of people, you know, just have that thinking time and
Yeah, yeah,
really break down about what you're doing and what you've been through and stuff. I think it's great.
totally. Are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through memories and
Of
life?
course.
Welcome to William and the Magic Box.
Let's do it.
So, happy, my best friend. Random questions. So, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to play a song just first to relax before
Okay.
question. Okay?
Yes, let's do it.
Right, so before I start
Yeah.
the interview, during the journey, if it comes up a question that you don't want to talk about or you don't want to
Yes.
answer, always can change. Okay?
Okay, perfect.
First question is, who is the most influential person in your life?
Influential. I mean, influential. I would say my granddad in terms of values and morals, discipline. This kind of someone that I've looked up to as I've grown. There was a lot of chaos in my life with my dad and my family, my immediate family, but there was always that link there where I kind of saw some structure in family life, and I think that was quite inspiring for me. But with like work related and stuff, there was a couple of online coaches, strength coaches and stuff that I looked up to. Dr. Lane Norton, I don't know if you've heard of him. So yeah, they're just straight talking people, you know, and it just drives me to be a better person, you know, people like that around you, you know. So
Totally.
yeah.
Tell me one of the memories that you have with your granddad that you go like, you know what? I will always remember this moment.
Summer holidays, like they live in the Isle of Wight. I don't know if you've heard of the Isle of Wight.
Yeah, I
Right
had
down there. So
some guests on the show from there. I had a few guests.
okay. So yeah, so they live in the Isle of Wight. So a lot of summers and that as kids, we used to go over there. My parents would drop us off, and then me, my sister and stuff would spend time on the beach having picnics, and life was good. You know, it was an enjoyable moment away from all the chaos that I was dealing with at home. I could just relax and just enjoy life. So yeah.
Totally. I think, you know, we have our family, our loved ones, but our connection with our grandparents, there's something different, unique.
Yes, there is. Yeah.
It's a connection there that you cannot even explain. And I'm sure they feel the same as well with their grandchildren.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely.
It's always amazing. Next question. Let's do it. Okay, John. Next question is, tell me something that you can't live without.
Something I can't live without. Moments alone. I mean, I think that's quite important, just to reflect on what's going on around you and who you've got going on and how things are moving. I think it's important.
And when you're alone, tell me something that you need to have by your side or with you. There's something that when you're on your own that's it's like a need, it's like a partner to be by your side.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, sometimes, being alone. I mean, you can have times with a partner and you kind of wind down, disconnect.
Sorry, when you say a partner, I don't mean like a person. It could be like something like, I don't know, an object or something that's
a pen and paper.
Yeah,
just a pen and paper, like just to write down everything in here that I kind of want to work on and stuff, because sometimes it just builds up all the time, and when you write things down, you can just see things more clearly. So yes, pen and paper. I'll go with pen and paper, a bit of time alone, and I can reset and move forward again.
When I said a partner, you already think, oh my God, who I need to have around me?
My partners, what?
Tell me something, when you think about yourself, when you analyze, John, what's the biggest joy of being you?
Just knowing myself, I think. Like that I've taken time to understand how I work. Like just sticking to my morals, my values as much as I can throughout my life in different situations, when I am helping others or being a dad or being a partner, and just trying to be the best I can, really. Yeah.
And if you could sit down with your, let's say, 13 years or 15 years old self,
Yeah.
what would you say to the
Um,
13-year-old self?
Strap in. It's gonna be a rocky road, but it will be all right. You know, you'll figure it out. Um, Life is
Totally.
not a linear journey. You know, we don't just go through happiness and joy. It's ups, downs, and
Yeah,
you got to learn how to manage all that as you go.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And when you think about your childhood memories, what's the earliest memory in your life?
Earliest memory. For me, there was a lot of chaos. There
Okay.
was a lot of arguing, screaming, shouting within the household.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a lot to manage as a kid. Um,
Wow.
it was just chaotic, like trying to manage, which is probably where the problem solving thing comes from, because I've had to learn that from a young age. You know, like I've had to be vigilant, like figure out what my dad's going to be doing next, trying to calm him down, trying to take control of situations from such a young age. So
Wow.
yeah, childhood was early memories was just chaos, just yeah.
Wow. I've got goosebumps saying that, because I'm relate to you as well. And my dad, I remember my parents, it was trouble. Yeah, it was trouble
Yes,
like, growing up.
yes,
Sometimes as a child, you don't understand. I remember
yes,
waking up, like sometimes when they were arguing or having some, moments they were
yeah,
some,
yeah.
and I remember like my heart was like, very
You can feel it in
bumping.
your stomach. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
so much. Yes, I was like that, and I couldn't understand why, and I didn't know what to do. I couldn't, and it had like from my childhood as well. I had some moments that happened that, and I
yeah,
was like, oh my God, I couldn't, and I could understand. And after that, when I became a teenager, like almost an adult, I remember I was 19 when I moved to Europe, and I remember like going back to Brazil to visit my parents. They were together at the time still.
yeah,
Remember like my dad was going out to do something or to buy something, and he's a truck driver, and I remember when he was driving back home, I knew that everything was fine because
yeah.
everything, but I felt the same feeling as
It's
a
just like an
child.
anxiety you kind of feeling in your
Yeah,
tummy. You know, it's just
yeah
like
when he
something's gonna happen, something's wrong. You know, it's just
totally when he was coming back, I knew that he just went to buy, you know what I mean. I knew
yeah,
that everything was fine as an adult already, but I went back to this child, you know what I mean?
yes,
Literally brought me to this moment. And I was like, wow, how interesting that you keep those, as you mentioned before, like somehow it affects your,
yeah, yeah. I
adult
mean,
life.
they shape us. You know, them moments.
Totally.
And it's important to try and understand them as we get older as well.
Absolutely.
Like face them head on, and kind of understand what you went through, and
Totally.
try and get some positive out of that. You know.
No, totally. And nowadays as well, for example, if somebody would ask me, would you change? I would change anything because
Yes, I
I'm so
know.
happy with the person I am
Yeah,
today.
100%. Yes.
And again, I understand them, both of them as well. They
Yes.
were very young. My parents, my
Yes.
mom's 61, my dad is
Yes.
very young, so they were very young when they had me
Yeah.
and my sister.
Same. Same.
So they didn't know.
They didn't have time to grow and find themselves before they tried to build a family, and I kind of had the same
Absolutely,
experience. I think when I had my daughter, we got pregnant very quickly. We didn't really know each other. We kind of went down a path of keeping our daughter, and then and within the first 2 years, you can tell we just weren't together. You know, it was just
absolutely,
clashing and arguing, and we had to go our separate
yeah.
ways. But
And
so that's why I think
and
it is
when they got
important to spend that time and just understand yourself.
totally,
Yeah,
totally, and it's funny because it's interesting because when they separated, oh my God, I felt so happy. Not just that,
yeah, yeah.
they are so right now with their own lives. My
Yes,
dad, he had another family, and he's so happy within his family. My mom, she's happy the way they are, and they are friends.
yes.
They are not best friends, but they can
No, yeah,
talk. They
they can
can,
communicate.
what I
Yeah,
mean? So, yeah, they can communicate, and there's no problem there. And I felt so relieved. I said, my God, finally,
yeah.
finally, you
Nice.
made the choice. I totally understand. And when I look back, I'm so thankful for everything because I understand. I'm the person I am today because I need to
Yes,
understand that as well.
that's it.
So
Yeah,
I don't blame them. I just feel love and understand. They're
Yes.
just young people, you know,
Yeah,
like
that's it. Yeah, we've all living our own experiences. Like parents are still human, you know, like they're still living their
totally,
lives and stuff, and
absolutely.
so
And
they have their own issues. And sometimes
yeah,
we get caught up in that as a family, you know. So
totally. And my dad, he became dad again, like older, very older. You know what I mean? I'm an adult already, and
yeah,
he's such a good dad now. He's such
yes,
because he's a different person.
yeah,
He's
he's
a,
learned his and grown as he's grown
you
up,
know,
you know. Yeah,
and I'm happy to see that he's somehow found his path. You know what I mean? I'm so happy to see that. But
yes,
at the time, as a child, it was quite hard.
yes, I agree.
Wasn't easy. So I understand what you're talking about. Understand.
Perfect.
Next question.
Yes.
Okay, so before the next question, what's the biggest joy of being a personal trainer? What do you like the most about?
Um, the journey with the clients, I think.
Mhm.
Usually when people come into a gym, they're kind of at their most vulnerable, you know, like they've gone through challenging times in their lives. They might have split up with a partner. They might have reached an age where they feel like I need something else in my life or a change and in a positive way. So being able to kind of take that on with them and figure out the first couple of steps just to get them in heading in the right direction.
Yeah,
That is a great process in itself. But then when they commit to that and you see how they change over the months and the years, that is a beautiful that's a beautiful thing. You know, it's a beautiful journey. You'll see people change careers, they'll get new relationships, you know, just making better choices in their life because they built a strong, confident body, you know, like and started to believe in themselves again. So going from that starting point to that journey is beautiful.
and at the opposite side, the flip side, what do you find most challenging about it?
Um, some people want to change, but they don't want to put the work in. Like
Right.
I can give people a free program, free nutrition plan, and they still won't do it. You know, you can give it onto a plate. This is how you can improve your health, improve your life, and they still won't do it. So trying to find that inner intrinsic motivation is sometimes the most challenging. But
Totally.
yes,
And I think at the end of the day, the hardest job you can put in their hands, if they don't do the job, it's up to us, to do
that's
it.
it. Yeah, yeah, it's yeah. Like I'd love to guide and help as much as I can, but if that person doesn't want it themselves, it's going to be you're going to be butting heads all the time. So,
All right. Next question is, if you could go anywhere in the world right now, right this moment, where would you go and why?
oh, um, anywhere with some nice sunshine and some open sea. You know, like I like
Yeah,
being by the sea. I feel very free when I'm by the sea. You know, it just feels
right.
the world just feels a much bigger place. You know, like when we're living in a city all the time and surrounded by buildings, you can kind of feel like you're just stuck in this um, environment. But yeah, and who doesn't love the sunshine? You know, a little bit of sunshine, especially living in England. Like we see it maybe 3 weeks out the whole year. So um, yeah, some sunshine, some sea, I'll be happy.
Today's a beautiful day. It's cold, but
And
still,
yes, I've seen the sun trying to fight out today. It's not too bad.
what's the meaning of life for you when you think about life?
Meaning of life. Just filling your days with little moments of joy.
Mhm.
Like the more things you can do in your day, the happier your days will be. You know, like having like a routine, like you get up, you enjoy your morning coffee and your breakfast, and then your next stage is for me going through clients' programs. I enjoy doing that, and so you just constantly the more things that you bring in, I think the better journey that you can have. Um, yeah, and just helping connections, throughout life. You can learn a lot from other people. You know, this is why I like what you do. You sit and just let people talk and um,
Yeah,
just building connections and stories. And I think
totally.
it's how life should be. You know, we shouldn't be working all the time and
Yeah,
stressing all the time. We should learn from each other, different experiences and things like that. So yeah,
totally.
yeah.
Tell me a life lesson that life has taught you that you feel very grateful for it.
Um, Life lesson. Probably setbacks. I mean, just building resilience. Like, just keep getting up. Things will knock you down. Just keep getting up. Just go back at it again. Keep trying.
Mhm.
You know, even when it feels like it's beating you to the floor, there's always something to learn. There's always something to just keep going. And
Totally.
so yeah, like from the childhood thing again, it's like when you go through them hard times, you feel you're never going to get out, and then all
Yeah.
of a sudden, life starts to become bigger, and you realize you don't have to be in that household anymore. You can venture
Yes.
off and do your own things. So it's like,
Totally.
yeah, yeah.
3 questions left. Let's do
Okay.
it. Okay, next question for you is, share with us a crazy or funny story that happened to you when you were a child at school.
Okay, well, one's come to mind pretty quick. So there was like a door stopper. When you open a door, it's like a railing and it stops the door. I thought it'd be
Yeah.
funny to spin around that as a
Oh,
kid in the playground. I mean, I must have only been 6 or 7, but as I span around, my leg got caught in the side, upside down. So I wasn't painful, but everyone found it hilarious. You know, I was just sitting there hung upside down, waiting for a teacher to come and save me. So yeah, that was quite a funny experience.
who was your favorite teacher at the time?
Favorite teacher. Oh, can't remember his name. I can picture him.
Uh-huh. And why do
Um,
you think he was your favorite teacher?
because he balanced having fun, but also time to just sit down and lock in. You know,
Hmm?
he'd sing a song to us, make us all laugh. You know, have a little moment, and then he'll kind of bring it back down and be like, right, okay, now it's time to wind down. You've got work to do, and so I
Mhm.
like that approach.
Did you like school growing up?
Not necessarily.
Mhm.
Um, Teenage years, going into secondary school. I mean, as you get older as well, kids are tough. Like you know,
Yes,
they can be mean and horrible.
totally.
They might not necessarily mean it because,
Oh,
like we say, we don't understand that when we're at that age. You know, we're just kind of growing through it, and
absolutely.
so there was a lot of confrontation um, and tough moments through school, and I
Uh-huh.
kind of found it a little boring. And I think a lot of kids do. Like when we grow and we kind of find something that we're interested in, we kind of stick to that subject. You know,
Yeah,
we keep learning about that subject. For me, like strength training and different protocols and stuff. But when you're at school, you're doing 5 different lessons a day. You know, all
yeah.
on different subjects. So it's hard to focus on one, and the next thing you go into another, and then you know, so it's just like you know. So
I
yeah,
get your point. I had a lovely man here on the show. He mentioned the same thing as well. Actually, he said, "Really, you know what? Sometimes school, they should, I don't know, find a way to, when they see that you are interested in some different,
yes, I
there's
agree.
some focus in there." He mentioned that, and
Yes,
it's quite interesting that sometimes,
yes,
children have so much energy that we just want to, to be
that's
around and
it.
jump. ADHD at the time, nobody talked about it at the
Yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah,
ADHD, so everyone was over the place. But and I get your point. Sometimes
yeah.
it's, yeah, a lot of information.
Yes, it is a lot of information just all rammed in front of your face, and they're expected to learn it and do exams and on 10 different subjects, and it's just like it's just not going to work, is it?
Tell me what will be the title of your memoir one day.
Memoir. Hmm. Probably something like outgrowing the life I was given.
It's a good
You
one.
know, yes. We we all dealt cards, you know, and it's just up to us how we play them and how we manage them, and
Uh-huh.
you can change your whole life if you want to. You know, you can break bad habits. You know, like growing up, I fell into habits with my dad through the drink and the drugs, and you can break that circle if you want something more from life, 100%.
Totally.
So
It's
yes.
your point. Okay, 2 questions left. Let's
Okay.
do it. Right. So before the next question, working with people, training people, there's always some memories, there's energy that involved. I always say personal trainers, they are like therapists, they are like, psychologists, because
Yes.
they hear a lot of stories, people, they feel comfortable and open to talk about them. It's interesting to see, when I go to the gym
Yes.
and I see some, personal trainers with others, they're having a therapy session sometimes on the
Yeah,
break.
100%. Yeah.
So my question for you is, sometimes those, you know, things that they share could be a bit negative, or could be something that they just want to put it out.
Yes.
How do
Yes.
how do you find a way for you not to somehow block your energy, not to take, to your personal life somehow? Do you know my point? There's a way for you to somehow block, even though you understand and you give some advice to talk to them, but at the same time as well, you need to somehow block your energy. How do you do that?
Try and so controlling my emotions.
Hmm.
Is something that I've learned to do over the years.
Right.
Not to get emotionally involved, because
Okay.
but you can still understand where they're coming through, what they're going through, um, and guide them. Trying to give them advice, things that I've learned myself, and things I've learned from others, from other
Yeah.
clients, and just trying to
Yeah.
um, help them see a way forward. From the situation where they feel stuck in. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, like it's all experience. Everybody experiences different things. Everybody has different issues and troubles, or they're going through different issues in their life. That affects their mood and everything. So it's kind of just picking out little positives here and there from what's going on in their life.
Okay. Next question is, define yourself in a season of the year and why.
Season of the year. Spring, new
Why?
beginnings. You
Hmm.
can, no matter what part of your life you're in, you can always start again. You can always rebuild, start new things, new projects, new
Yeah.
hobbies. So yeah, so I would say spring. Um, Spring suits me
So,
well, I think. Yeah.
so your luck is coming now. It's very soon. I mean, it's
It's
already,
not far.
already
Yeah.
there. Amazing. Last question. Ready?
Okay.
Let's do it. Last one. Okay, but before the last question, back to your, to your career as a personal trainer. Tell me a moment or a situation so far that you're never gonna forget. Could be a session, could be a feedback, could be a moment, or something that you go like, you know what? I'll remember this moment.
I think it's just seeing that change in people. When they start a fitness journey as well, they can be very skeptical that it's even going to work. When you don't understand the process, you haven't felt it before. Just seeing that change where they start to get excited of coming to the gym again. And yeah, so I just lost my train of thought there. I just
That's
go.
okay. Okay. Yeah,
um,
you always have moments when you work with people. There's always
oh, yes.
like a feedback or moments. It makes sense. Sometimes people they just open up, or you feel like, you know what, I'm doing
Yeah,
something
but yeah,
good today.
they are quite closed when they come in. It's something new, it's scary, it's that
Yeah,
unknown. Um,
but
so yeah, just seeing that change in people is great. It's great.
okay. Last question for you is, what did you want to be growing up?
I mean, I always had an idea of having a big family. Um, I know it's not a career choice, but that's
Okay,
kind of the only thing that I kind of thought when I was younger. Um, um, yeah, just having a big family, big kids, big house, and just all kind of just working together. And maybe that's probably because of such a chaotic family that I had, and I
for
kind of
sure,
just it's kind of what I
for
was
sure.
searching for. It was might be a thing.
And
But I
I'm sure.
mean, yeah.
Oh, sorry, carry on.
No, but career-wise, I'm not sure. I was never really, because of all the chaos and stuff, I never really focused on
Hmm.
what I wanted to do in the future. I was kind of just living through what I was living through, without kind of
Okay.
direction or anything. It was just
Totally, I
yeah,
get it.
yeah,
And
yeah.
one thing I know for sure, John, I'm just talking to you the first time we are talking, but one thing I know for sure, I'm sure you are a great dad,
Thank you.
because I'm sure, because the thing is, for example, if I would have a child now, my God, I would give so much
Yeah,
that's, you know what I mean? The thing that I maybe didn't have as a child, maybe,
Yes.
you know what I mean? So I think back to our topic before, I think what we didn't have as growing up, we can give the double, you know what I mean?
100%. Yeah. Yes.
So I'm sure that, and I think again, it's just part of us. And, you know, it's, you couldn't be the person you are today if you didn't have that in the past.
100%. Yes. Yes.
And it's everything. It's great. We just understand as an adult, and we understand that it's just life. That's
Yeah,
it.
that's it. Yeah. That's it.
Amazing. Right, it's not the end yet. Let's play now the word association game. I'm
Okay.
going to say some word. Just
Yes.
one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking.
Okay.
Let's start with money.
A tool.
Life.
Blessing.
Family.
Emotions.
Religion.
Outdated.
Love.
Powerful.
Politics.
Draining.
One word for sex.
Pleasure.
Friendship.
Connections.
Desire.
Purpose.
Regret.
Lessons.
Success.
Hard work.
Wish.
Hopeful.
Happiness.
Moments.
Like that. One word for Felton.
Felton.
Yeah.
Memories.
England. One word.
Divided.
Okay. Fitness trainer. One word.
Fitness trainer. Support.
I see. That was very quick. That one was very quick. And the last one now, training with John. One word. JD, the name of the
Training with JD. One word. Commitment.
Amazing. Let's pretend now I'm going to meet your partner. You said you have a partner right now, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to meet your partner for a coffee, and I'm going to ask her, define John in one positive and one negative word only. What should
driven.
Okay.
Always working on something, taking action, you know, so yes, driven.
Negative?
Self-critical. I mean, it's kind of two words, but
it's okay, no problem. It's okay.
I'm always reflecting on what I'm doing with my life and how I can change, and sometimes don't just take a minute just to stay in the moment, you know.
I see. Okay. Yes. Let's play now, John, in the magic box, and you can ask me a question. Hey, John, can you ask me a question now?
Yeah, sure. So, so as we grow older, I mean, we see life in a much vaster way, and like different career choices, different hobbies, different paths that we could take. If you could start again with what you know now and about the world, what would your one focus be? What kind of career or hobby would you pursue the most?
Great question, actually. Great question. You know, growing up back in Brazil, I love sports. Since young age, I started playing volleyball when I was 12 years old, and I was playing for years, volleyball, years. You know, and it was a passion of mine at the time. And when I was 18, when I finished high school, I had a thought about maybe, you know, pursuing the career as a volleyball player, because I was really into it and I loved it at the time. I was playing every day. But at one point, naturally, I just think, okay, you know what? I don't think it's for me. I don't think I would be happy doing that in the future. And actually, I was right. I was just following my intuition. Funny enough, back to your question, I don't think there is, I think all of us, we can do some different things and still be happy. Still be happy. You know what I mean? But at the time, I don't think, it's a great question because it made me think now. I don't find anything that maybe I remember when I was born, the city was very small, literally, maybe it was like 6,000 people. And the closest city, the capital of my state, was the bigger city. So I remember as a child, I love dancing, acting. You know, I was an
Yes.
artist literally, and I wanted so badly to pursue a career in arts. And I remember my mom knew that because I was excited about, you know, going. I remember once we had this arts school. They came, it was from the capital. They came to the small city. They were doing like a project where they were going different
Okay.
cities just to meet kids and everything. And I remember when I saw the poster in my school saying, "Would you like to be an actor? You need to attend this training," something like that. I went like so excited. I
Yeah.
was 6 year old, and I went home. I said, "Mom, I want to do this. I want to do this," and she took me to this workshop. So it was like 2 days workshop with like maybe 20 children, different children's, like different, it was an acting, dance, all of that. It
Yes.
was two teachers. They were the owner of this business back in the main city. So they were kind of maybe promoting their school. They were around, like traveling around the state. And in the end of this 2 days course, I don't know that, but they called my mom on the side. They said, "Look, do you have anyone like a family member in the capital where you could send him there? Because my God,
Yeah.
I've got goosebumps. He got everything what we needed. They were like looking for someone like him. He's so excited about
Perfect fit. Yeah.
when he's acting, when he's on stage, you know, I, my God, it's so natural for him." And she said, "No, I don't know anyone." And we were kind of, she couldn't afford me to
Yeah.
send
Yeah.
there. It's a sad, I don't say it's a sad story, but it's just like for her it was
Yeah.
sad.
What could have been, you know, your
Yeah,
whole life could have changed if that
but
was.
to be honest, I wouldn't. To be honest, I'm again back to the topic. I'm so happy where I am right now. That
Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
it's just meant to be. But for her, for sure, my mom was sad because she could see something in me,
Yeah.
and you know she couldn't have like
Couldn't
support.
give it to you. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, sent to me. And when she told me as a child, don't understand that. I was like, "Oh my God, really?" They told that. I was just excited about the
Yeah.
news. And
Yeah.
she told me, "Don't think as a big picture."
That's
When she
it.
told me that. So yeah, so back to your question, I think maybe, you know, something connected to arts or something
Yeah.
with dance and music.
Something to
But
do with the arts, creative work. Yeah.
I do that every day here on
Well,
the
that's
show.
it. You're doing it.
I
I mean, so in a weird way, you've kind of navigated yourself there, and
totally, and
we're still here.
actually,
So
totally never.
yeah,
Maybe if I had the other opportunity, I wouldn't be doing the show. And I love so much doing the show
exactly.
that for me,
Yeah, yeah,
it's great. So yeah, back to your question, it was something that maybe it just meant didn't happen at the time, but I'm
yeah.
glad the things turn around this way, and
That's
I'm
it.
happy here. So yeah,
Perfect.
great.
Glad to hear it. Yeah, nice.
Did you enjoy the interview?
Yeah, very much. Yeah, I did enjoy it. Yeah.
Thanks again, John. Thanks for taking the time. Again, thanks for being so open and talk about, you know, about your life. And I think it's very inspiring. People watch this
Yes.
interview, they appreciate as well. I
Yeah,
think
you never know who it might help. You know, it's just
absolutely.
yeah,
Again, you know, I'm sure you didn't know that about me. I didn't know that about you. And it's
yes.
great to talk about the things because about helping others. And you don't know people, they might be through the same situation and just see
100%, and I think it's something that doesn't get spoke about enough these days, especially with social media and things. You know, people are just swiping and
totally.
mindless swiping without actually having real connection and real life experience. So,
Totally. And the
yeah,
great part of it, we are talking not like in a bad way, we're just talking in a nice way because
just an open life experience
yeah,
way, yeah, and just sharing, yeah,
in the end of the day, we are grateful for that because we learn lessons and we love that as well. And
yes,
I wouldn't change anything. I don't know you, but I wouldn't change anything because
no,
I love the way I am right now. And I
but that's
think
it,
it's
yeah, yeah, yeah. We're
totally.
here from the things that we've experienced in life. So yeah,
Good. And thanks again. Thanks for being so open and talk about
that's
that.
right. Thank you very much.
Before I go, if you can share a positive message or anything that you live by.
Um, So yeah, I remember you asked me to try and like share a quote at the end. There was one that always kind of stuck with me a little bit. Was Ashton Kutcher. I don't know if you know who that is.
The
That
actor.
guy, yeah. So it was quite a few years ago. I think he was like accepting an award at a teen award. So
Mhm.
I think he was kind of showing the younger generation about how he got to where he was. You know, because when you see people like as a famous actor, they weren't born a famous actor. They had to go through a path to get there. Um, and he basically just said, opportunities come through hard work. Like
That's so true.
you don't just sit around and wait for an opportunity for your life to change. Like you have to make that change.
Totally.
When he first started working, he was collecting rubbish and doing different odd jobs here and there. And then and the hours that he wasn't working, he was working on his business to become an actor and build that career. So yeah, that kind of stuck with me, you know.
I
You
love that.
create opportunities through hard work.
I think luck, all of us we have, but luck, it works with hard work as well. It
Oh,
doesn't
100%. Some people are very,
everything
very lucky, yeah, at times, but
totally
if you're putting in the effort and at least trying to get yourself in the position where you want to be, you'll be a little bit more lucky, you know. So
totally. You're just sending the message to the new universe when you're hard work, you're going
that's
through the
it, you
just
know.
sending message, you know what I mean? And things just
That's it.
happen. When things they need to be together, you know what I mean? Things
Yes,
together.
yes,
Amazing.
100%.
Thanks again, regards to your party, to your daughter and friends, and keep in touch. It was a pleasure having you on the
Yes,
show.
thank you. Yes, it's great. Thank you
Enjoy.
very much. All the
Take
best.
care.
Thank
Bye
you. Bye
bye.
bye.
Bye. So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, to share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why you'd like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye bye, see you next time.